my dad was actually a photographer at the time. He still is, but he worked full-time in a photography studio in Chicago. And he had asked me to come up there and do secretarial work for him and book his appointments and things like that. And there were always makeup artists coming in and out. And it was like, I'd see these beautiful women walk in the door, and then they would come out looking like transformed goddesses. And it was just, I don't know, I was just very interested in it, intrigued by it. But it actually took a makeup artist that he worked with often who kind of planted the seed. So she offered to help put me under her wing, train me, show me the inside, ins and outs of the business, specifically in Chicago at that time, more like film and TV type stuff. For the first 10 years that I did it, that was mainly my specialty. I was kind of shocked how quickly I was able to climb a ladder in Chicago, but then I ended up segueing into the wedding industry after I had my kids. I wanted to do a little bit more I have a little bit more control of my schedule, and so now I primarily specialize in more wedding makeup. Yeah, I was very, very fascinated by the transformative power of makeup. My approach to makeup all along has kind of been taking what is already naturally beautiful about someone and just enhancing it, not necessarily making them look like a different person, but just enhancing what I find is already naturally beautiful. A lot of my art background has definitely come into play with makeup artistry though, so things like color theory. If you want to make someone's blue eyes stand out more, then you use color theory to use, more orange-based toned shadows and things like that that are going to help enhance the blue. And then there's a lot of when it comes to matching people's skin tones. Again, I think color theory, looking for undertones, cools, warms. So a lot of things that I was able to pull from just my general knowledge of art that have helped, I feel, make me a better makeup artist. I never want someone to feel like their beauty is attributed to strictly the makeup, and it's sad to me that some women feel like they are not beautiful until they have their makeup on. But I love to use that in a way to, I guess, like I said, help them see their beauty. It's disheartening to see how many women, it could be the most drop-dead supermodel-like looking woman to, a woman who has maybe some character flaws that I guess, societal standards may have made her feel like she doesn't meet them or live up to what society expects or defines as beauty. I personally love character in faces, and I think it would be ridiculous if we all looked the same. So I try to help women, empower women to embrace those things that are different about themselves and hopefully find a way to celebrate them. I personally, the way I approach it is just trying to help them feel better about themselves overall, but not feel like they have to wear a mask or completely alter the way they look. The people that tend to be the most nervous are the mother of the brides. They're so scared to have their makeup done, and it could have been just from previous bad experiences or something like that. And so often a bride will say, my mom's a little nervous, is there any way you could do a trial for her too? And I'm like, bring it on, because I know they're usually the ones that's so cute. They're usually the ones that when I show them a mirror, they start crying. They're like, I've never felt so pretty. And I love that moment. I call it the mirror moment, where they're sitting in your chair for 45 minutes. A lot of times, sadly, when these women sit down, the first thing that they tell me is everything that's wrong about them. And it's kind of heartbreaking, but I also look at that as okay, I'm gonna rise to this challenge and I'm going to make them see what I already see and help them to see how beautiful they really are. And it's literally, I can't tell you how many times I sit there and I tear up with my brides in that, because they're having this moment where I've only enhanced what's already naturally beautiful about them, and they see it, and then they just get tears in their eyes, and it's just a really sweet, special moment. I can't imagine doing anything else. I really can't imagine doing anything else. I love it so much. I'm often wait, I'm getting paid for this? It's so fun for me, just the artistry side of it. One, to be creative and to be able to look at a new canvas every person that sits in my chair. It never is the same face over and over again, so it never gets boring. I love that there's so many touching and emotional moments between me and my clients in that reveal when I show them what I've done. Just getting to know people through it and connecting. Even though it's 45 minutes to an hour in my chair, it's amazing the conversations that happen. Sometimes I almost feel like makeup artist / therapist or something, because women just, I hope they feel comfortable with me. I feel we break the ice pretty quickly, and there's always very deep conversations sometimes, and it's just, I love that. I love the people connection, the repeat clients, just the loyalty that I establish with the girls that I work with. And the creativity overall, I can't imagine doing anything else. I love it.